Well, so far we talked about our families, where we both come from, but please remember that we are two very proud Angelinos.
We live in the middle of one of the world's most exciting cities, Hollywood!
We're a hip, happening Hollywood couple that enjoys everything that our area has to offer.
The Hollywood Bowl.
The shopping.
The daily view of the Hollywood sign. The Chinese theater. The theater.
Hollywood and Highland.
For the shopping. Any type of food, any type of music.
You can shop for anything and everything.
I realize that there are people in other parts of the country who think of us Californians as shallow and godless.
No. That's just not true. I mean, look at the two of us. We belong to a church.
Yeah.
For our final story of the evening, we'd like to tell you what happened on the night that we had dinner with our pastor in a tale that we call Dinner, Dykes, and Damnation.
Both Donna and I are recovering Catholics. So when it came time to pick a church, denomination wasn't the issue. We just wanted to find a church where we both felt comfortable.
And we were lucky enough to find what we thought was the perfect church in our own backyard.
Hollywood! Now, the pastor was a young man from North Dakota named Pastor Tom.
Hey, my theory is that he lost the new pastor lottery by ending up in Hollywood.
Just wasn't sure if being sent to Hollywood was a challenge, or would he have preferred to be sent to a church in one of the red states?
Hey, he was off to a great start. At the time, most of his congregation consisted of a lot of single people and a lot of people with piercings and tattoos, which frankly we'd never noticed.
It's Hollywood!
As a young married couple, I'm sure he found this appealing.
We also probably met certain ethnic quotas they were looking for.
Well, not too long after he started attending his services, Pastor Tom asked us if we'd like to have dinner.
Sure!
He asked if we like Mexican food.
We do!
He suggested one of the big Mexican chains. Think Mexican Bob Evans.
But we always want to show Hollywood's best to newcomers, so we selected a different place. It's called El Coyote. Now this is a favorite place of ours, but it's also a Hollywood institution.
Great food, wonderful margaritas. The place has history. For years, Hollywood luminaries like Judy Garland and John Wayne have dined there. Real royalty has dined there when Princess Grace and Prince Rainier of Monaco showed up unannounced one night. And on a more ominous note, it's where Sharon Tate and her friends had what turned out to be their last meal before they went back to her place.
It's a Friday night. The place is packed and there's a 45-minute wait for a table.
We asked Pastor Tom if he didn't mind waiting.
Oh, he didn't.
So we stepped outside where there were plenty of benches where we could sit, chat, and people watch. And about that time, many Hollywood residents came out. Literally and metaphorically.
It was theme night at El Coyote. Bring your own lesbian. Some were the lipstick lesbian, some were hardcore.
But frankly, we've never noticed.
It's Hollywood!
But here we were with our pastor from North Dakota.
Oh, yeah.
And he was freaking.
Bet you don't see a lot of this in North Dakota.
Yeah, he's looking around noticing who his fellow diners might be.
He was noticeably nervous. So I'm trying to break the ice here. I'm asking, what's it like having Hollywood as your first parish? Pastor Tom said that he was surprised to learn that Hollywood had strong Christian roots, that the Hollywood Bowl was originally created for Sunday gospel services. So me being the Hollywood tour guide that I am, I just jumped in with, well, you know, Hollywood was founded in 1887 by Puritans, people who wanted nothing to do with showfolk. In fact, if you look at the layout of the city of Hollywood, it's like small town America. There's a church on every major corner. Pastor Tom responded with, I don't like what some of those churches preach. That Methodist church has a big red ribbon on it, and homosexuality is an abomination to God, and AIDS is God's punishment to homosexuals.
You may have heard him here in Indiana that night.
He was that loud. I'm trying to quiet him down. I'm pointing out things like he's talking about God's children, his neighbors, and potentially members of his congregation.
And he said something like, well, they can come to services, but I'm not going to make them members or anything. My mouth just dropped wide open, but I don't think Tony or Pastor Tom noticed. And about that time we heard,
Tony, Padre,
amen, let's just get this meal over with. We were taken inside, seated, the chips and salsa came. Our server asked us if we wanted cocktails.
God, yes, I ordered my favorite Mexican beer. And then I remembered who I was with. Now, Pastor Tom said as a pastor he had to take a vow not to drink alcohol, but personally he never saw beer as a sin. Finally, something we can agree on. Señorita, would you like your usual margarita?
No! I'll just have a Diet Coke, thank you. Hey, I still felt weird ordering an alcohol drink in front of my pastor. Now, the meal orders were taken and the conversation continued, but Pastor Tom kept tying it back to some sort of a homophobic agenda.
Bring your own lesbian night?
I got that part.
I asked if he didn't think that his point of view was a little narrow-minded. He responded with, Christianity is a very narrow-minded religion. don't remember seeing that on a bumper sticker.
Now, by this time, I just decided to shut up. No, I really thought if I remained very still and very quiet, I'd get smaller and smaller and eventually disappear. I even begun to think that this would be a really good time for the rapture. Would have been interesting to see who would have been left at the table. We love El Coyote, and I was afraid they were never going to let us in again. The next time our server walked by,
Señorita, ¿es el time for that
I think so.
No, on the rock. Muy bien.
I needed that drink. Hey, when our meals came, I ate faster than I'd ever eaten in my entire life.
We're just going to wait for this evening to be over with. But when we were done eating, Pastor Tom was excited, thinking that he had us as new members of his church.
So when the check came, Pastor Tom picked it up. Tony and I drove him home. On our own way home, we didn't say anything. It was obvious. There was no way we would ever join Pastor Tom's church as members. In fact, a few weeks later, we found another church where the pastor was open-minded. We'd eventually become members at his church.
At the very first sermon we heard him preach was titled, "There's No Such Thing as the Perfect Church." We never saw or spoke to Pastor Tom again.
Oh, no, being a girl of good Christian upbringing, I did send him a thank you note. He had picked up the check.
I believe that's from the book of Emily. The Post. Well, yeah, we did hear through our new pastor that Pastor Tom wound up marrying a girl from his congregation.
I'd really like to think that she was someone with piercings and tattoos. No way.
Every once in a while we think about Pastor Tom and that awkward night at El Coyote. You know, everybody who's anybody dines in El Coyote. So I often wondered, what if Jesus was there that night?
What if God was one of us?
What would he have thought of Pastor Tom's display?
Just a slob like one of us.
Makes sense to me. I mean, didn't Jesus hang out with some
Just
undesirable?
stranger.
He wasn't hanging out with
On
religious
us.
people of his time.
Trying to make his
Pastor Tom
way.
was definitely acting like one of these Pharisees. I mean,
Nobody
I'm no biblical
talking
scholar, but I mean,
on
doesn't
the
there something in the Bible about loving thy neighbor as
Up to
thyself,
heaven
or
and all
loving the
that.
sinner but hating the sin? I mean, I'm no biblical scholar, but I do know the golden rule. Finish. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.